Good morning, all of you. You all are welcome in the e-learning classes of the Sacred Heart School. Today in this video, I will discuss about the IUPAC naming nomenclature of the benzene compound. You know, the benzene is one of the most important organic compound for the nomenclature. One benzene is able to form the n number of compound and such compounds which can be derived from the benzene that known as benzenoids compound. So one by one we will discuss the nomenclature of this type of the benzenoids compounds. The term aromaticity is coined by the Kekule in the year 19th century, in the beginning of the 19th century, and he gives this word aromatic for the organic compound with specific fragment. For this account, the few compounds are invented earlier, and these compounds was like as benzaldehyde, and which having its own characteristic smell. One compound is toluene, and one compound is benzene. So all these compounds are the early aromatic compounds which were invented by the Kekule. And basically, to explain the property of these organic compounds, the word aromaticity is used. The main sources of the aromatic compounds are basically coal and petroleum, and these are the main sources of all type of the hydrocarbon. So by the process of the distillation, the numerous aromatic compounds are separated from the crude oil. Not from the crude oil, even from the different sources of the coal, and different type of the aromatic compounds are invented. So basically all type of the present aromatic compounds are basically derived from the petroleum as well as coal. And we will discuss here the some basic important properties of some of the important aromatic compounds. And these category includes mainly the one that is the benzene, and this benzene can be separated from the crude oil by heating up to the 80 degrees Celsius. So their boiling point is partially less than the water, and this is about 80 degrees Celsius. The second important aromatic compound is the toluene, and this toluene, that is one benzene ring and one positions having the CH3, and this boiling point is partially higher than the water, and this is 111 degrees Celsius. Next compound is this is the xylene, and in this xylene the any relative positions of this benzene having one more CH3 group, and in this way this xylene is classified further orthoxylene, metaxylene, and paraxylene, and we will discuss the naming of why they called ortho meta para, and we will discuss in the next part. Next compound is that is indane. Indane boiling point is about 182, and basically this is the conjugated compound and made up of more than two rings. Next compound is anthracene, and this anthracene is made up of the two fused benzene ring together, and this compound is partially known as bridging compound, and in this bridging compounds basically the bridging is done between the two subsequent benzene rings. This compound, this the two phenyl, one benzene and this second benzene, and these two phenyl rings or benzene rings combine together, and they can form this two fused structure, and this is known as biphenyl. Next compound is anthracene. Anthracene is partially volatile compound and made up of the three conjugated benzene rings. Next compound is that is phenanthylene, and this is made up of again benzene ring, but position of anthylene and phenanthylene is partially differ on the relative positions of this benzene. So in this way, these are the few important compound which we obtained by the process of the fractional distillation from the crude oil, or you can say by the different sources of the coal. So basically these are the first invented compound and which were derived from the petroleum as well as from the oil. Now, what are the basic important point? There are special over all type of the aromatic compounds can be classified in two main part. One is the nuclear derivatives and the second one known as side chain derivatives. What do you mean by the terms nucleus of the aromatic compound? The complete cyclic structure of the benzene that known as nucleus. And whenever any special type of the functional group is attached to this ring directly by the substitution of H atoms that known as nucleus substituted compound. On the other hand, whenever the any special type of the functional group is present on the side chain of the benzene ring that known as side chain derivative. So overall, all type of the benzene compound can be classified in two main parts. One is nuclear substituted and second one that known as side chain substituted. Is it clear? So basically for the naming segment we will discuss these naming one by one. First of all, we will take the nuclear substituted compound and later on we will discuss about the side chain substituted compound. There are some names. This is benzene. The compounds like as the side chain CH3 is directly attached to the ring. So this compound fall in the category of the nuclear substituted compound. This name of compound is methyl benzene or simply in the common name of this compound is toluene. On the other hand, when the second position, this is the first carbon and this is the second carbon of benzene, whenever the another CH3 is attached to this position and this is known as that is the 1,2 dimethyl benzene or you can say orthoxylene. Why this compound known as orthoxylene? We will discuss this part later. In the same way, whenever this CH3 is attached to the third carbon of the benzene ring and this is known as 1,3 dimethyl benzene or you can say metaxylene. So this metaxylene and this orthoxylene is a common name of this compound. And in the same way, this CH3 is attached to the fourth carbon and this is known as 1,4 dimethyl benzene or you can say paraxylene. So this is ortho, this is meta, this is para are the three category of the compound and where this CH3 is attached there. In the same way, whenever any side chain is attached to the benzene ring, this another example, and this ethyl group is attached to the benzene ring and this compound known as ethyl benzene. So all these compounds known as nuclear derivatives compound because their components are attached directly to the benzene ring. Few more example. This compound is 2-propyl benzene. Why this called 2-propyl? Because in this compound, this benzene is taken as the side chain. So basically, this part and this double bond containing compound, this is double bond CH, double bond CH2, and this compound known as styrene, or you can say ethyl benzene, ethylene benzene, and or you can say vinyl, phenyl vinyl. And in the same way, one more compound is ethyl C triple bond CH. So in this way, this compound known as that is phenyl terylene. So these are the different category of the compound in which the side chain is directly attached to the benzene ring. In this account, the next compound, whenever the benzene is taken as side chain, this is benzene ring. By the substitution of one H atom, now it becomes 6 carbons and 5 H atoms. This is C6H5 and this is known as phenyl. And when this benzene ring is attached to the organic compound as a side chain, it is called phenyl. This was toluene earlier. This compound was CH3. By the substitution of one H atom completely, it becomes C6H5 CH2, one valency remain free. And this whole structure known as benzyl. In the same way, if you will eliminate one H atom from this position and this compound becomes C6H5CH and the two valency remains free and this is known as benzo compounds. if all H atom is eliminated from the side chain, and this compound known as benzo compound. So this benzyl and this benzo collectively known as the derivatives of the toluene. So these three compounds, always remember, if you will attach one chlorine here, so this compound known as benzyl chloride. If you will add the 2 chlorine at this 2 free valency, so this compound known as benzyl chloride. If you will add the 3Cl in the 3 free valency of this compound, and this compound known as benzochloride. So these compounds collectively known as the derivatives of toluene. Now, this should be the first carbon, the benzene ring, the position at which the side chain or any functional group is attached to the ring directly, and the carbon referred as the first carbon, and next carbon of the first carbon that known as ortho position. This position known as ortho position, or in general way this compound known as orthototyl. Now we will discuss some of the halogen derivatives. This is benzene ring, that is C6H5. We are adding here one chlorine. This is chlorobenzene now. The next carbon of this first carbon to next position, this is known as ortho position. The next to first carbon and their next position known as ortho position. And if you will add, the first carbon is counted as this one, and leaving the first position, and the second one that known as meta position. And by the shifting of the two positions of this compound, and this is known as para position. So this is ortho, this is meta, and this is para. So in this way, the three relative positions always you have to remember, and such compounds in which these three positions are counted that known as a derivative compound. So this is chlorobenzene, this is dichlorobenzene, and this is meta chlorotoluene. This compound known as benzyl chloride. This part is known as benzyl, and this is Cl. This is benzyl chloride, and this is benzyl chloride, or this is the benzochloride. So these are the three names of the compound which are modified from these basic structure of the benzene. And all these compounds known as, that is, ring substituted. This for example of ring substituted, and these are the examples of the side chain substituted compound. So overall, all type of the benzene compounds can be classified in two main type. One is ring substituted as well as the side chain substituted compound. Now we will add one more OH group. Whenever the OH is attached to the benzene ring, this is known as phenyl compound. This is ortho methyl phenol. This is known as phenol, and this is ortho methyl phenol, or you can say 2-methyl phenol. This compound is 3-methyl phenol. Why this compound 3-methyl? Because first carbon is this one, second carbon is this one, this is third carbon, and this third position in the benzene ring that known as meta position. This compound known as metacresol, and this metacresol is a common name of this compound. Next compound is, this is first carbon, second, third, and fourth, and this is known as paracresol, or you can say 4-methyl phenol. And this position, this is OH and this OH, and this is known as catechol, or you can say benzene 1,2 diol. We are not giving any priority to this OH group because both group are of the same strength, and that's why not counted as a secondary suffix in this compound, and this compound becomes, this is benzene 1,2 diol, or you can say catechol. So this is the common name of the organic compound, and these compounds are much more famous by their common name. So along with the IUPAC nomenclature, you have to remember their common name. Whenever any questions comes in the examination, so we can give this catechol, we can give this metacresol, we can give the name like as paracresol. So please remember these names also along with the IUPAC nomenclature of the organic compound. Now this is another compound, and in this specific compound we are taking this phenol, and this phenol, this meta positions also having this OH group, and this compound known as resorcinol or benzene 1,3 diol, and this compound is hydroxyquinone or simply quinol you can say because one positions and fourth positions having this OH n count, and this is one benzene 1 comma 4 diol. And in this way, this is pyrogalol or benzene 1 2 3 triol is this one, or this compound, this is benzene 1 2 4 and diol. So in this way, hydroxyquinol compound this one. So all common name and all IUPAC structures of this compound you have to remember for the naming segment. In this way, we can classify these compounds as the ring as well as the side chain distributor. In place of this OH, you can add any other group and you can give the name of the compound accordingly. So according to side chain derivative and according to the ring substituted compound, all these compounds find their name in the specific way.